All right, guys. There is something that we absolutely need to discuss. I've mentioned it once before here on the channel, but we absolutely need to discuss it, and here's why. Everyone is going ham here on Chronicler Adolin. Um, I have not taken mine to 6 stars. We got her at level 50 with for full ascensions. We've got a accuracy build here, but here's why I think she's not as bad as everyone says. First, let's consider what we know. We know that the Sand Devil is going to be reworked, and we know that this champion is specifically designed for the Sand Devil, right? So if we go into her skills, we can see her kit. She's got sleep on the A3. Makes sense on a 5-turn cooldown, though. She got a heal, destroying max HP. Makes sense on a 4-turn cooldown. No, without books. These both book to 3 turns. And then stealing a buff and transferring the buff. Now, they say that this is a Sand Devil specialist. With the current Sand Devil, that doesn't make any sense beyond the sleep and the destroy or restoring max HP. It makes absolutely no sense to use this champion in the Sand Devil. At least for someone like me, who's a early game player, I prefer to outdamage the Sand Devil instead of doing all the sleep shenanigans. For me, someone like this is far better in the Magic Keep. I actually ended up beating the Magic Keep by switching Lockwayne over here, who has a 30% chance of stealing a random buff, with Adolin, who has a 50% chance of stealing a random buff. Alright? So, she's made a world of difference for me in the Magic Keep. So, I can't say she's terrible. I think she's great in that regard. But I have an idea as to how the Sand Devil is going to be reworked. Alright? Based on her kit and just knowing that she is supposed to be good for Sand Devil. Alright? First thing, I think the Sand Devil is going to be able to place block debuffs. And the reason that matters is her A3 ignores block debuffs. So perhaps instead of being immune to debuffs, right, he'll have a block debuffs when he's awake. That could be possible. In which case, if that is true, Adolin will be better than Siphi. Let's take a look at Siphi here. Right, Siphi's Undead Hordes. I don't have her, but here she is. She's Void, right? Attacks one enemy, 80% chance of placing sleep for 1 turn. If the target's turn meter is equal to or above 50%. Cannot be resisted, alright? But this cannot be resisted doesn't help if there's block debuffs up, right? Whereas someone like Adolin will ignore block debuffs, right? So you'd much rather have Siphi, unless the Sand Devil rework is going to include a block debuff buff on the Sand Devil, which I think it will, because otherwise this A3 is pretty much useless. Alright? Next, on her A1, right, obviously the Sand Devil is still going to have some ability to destroy max HP, alright? So next, on the A1, 50% chance of transferring a random debuff from this champion to the target. Also 50% chance of stealing 1 random buff from the target. Again, this A1 is completely useless against the current Sand Devil. It's only useful against the Sand Devil if she has debuffs on her and also can steal buffs, right? So if the Sand Devil is placing block debuffs, perhaps she's going to steal it. But perhaps she's going to place more than just block debuffs. That's a possibility. So I think that we're going to see a more buff-oriented Sand Devil, right? And then also the Sand Devil is apparently going to be able to debuff, because she will transfer a random debuff from her to the target. So that's what I think that the Sand Devil rebalance is going to include, I guess that's what it's going to be pretty exactly, but I mean, we don't know. But if that is what the Sand Devil rebalance is going to be, then this champion is 100% worth it. Right? We're going to be saying goodbye to Sifi. We might say, goodbye Newt. Do I dare? Do I dare make that claim? Not really. No one's ever saying goodbye to Newt. But everybody, I think, will be using Chronicler Adolin in the new Sand Devil, especially if he places block debuffs on himself, right? We're going to be stealing it. We're going to be ignoring it. We're going to be healing everybody back up, right? And that's where this champion becomes more valuable. All right? So, do I hate Chronicler Adolin? Absolutely not. She's great in the Magic Keep. All right? She will be great for the Sand Devil, I'm pretty sure, because, once again, they are designing a Sand Devil specialist. All right, so we are going to see a huge change in the Sand Devil here. And then here, this is an interesting passive, right? Allies deal 3% more damage to targets for each debuff placed on them by this champion. It doesn't seem to behave that way in actual practice. I think it's probably a bit bugged. It seems to deal 3% more damage for each debuff active on an enemy. It doesn't have to be that target necessarily. At least her passive is activating when I'm not attacking champions under her debuffs. So it's a little bit strange, but maybe that's just a bug that they have to fix. But anyways. I mean, I put her in HP, I put her in accuracy, I put her in defense. Like, it's pretty simple. I put defense on the ring, HP on the amulet. We're going to put accuracy here on the banner. And then probably swap out the chest plate eventually. So, y'all, what do you think? You can leave your comments down below. I honestly, I don't think she's bad at all. I think she's pretty great, actually. I like her. I like what she does. I think she looks cool. And I don't think that they are going to release any champions that don't do something for the game. I mean, we've seen Armons, we've seen Rathalos, we've seen all these champions that do something for the game, right? So it's really hard for me to believe that they just released some useless champion. And they probably knew that the player base would react this way to this champion, right? So it's really hard for me to think that that's what they've done. Anyway, guys, I will see you later. I have been Felris, and have a great day.